Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Arena FPS Quick Looks, or Fast Looks. The name changes every week. We're looking at a game called Ratz, Ratz 2.0 to be precise. There was a Ratz 1.0 which was a web game, and this is the kind of browser to Steam conversion, I guess. Is that a good way of putting it? Help me out here.
Yeah. I didn't even play it before Steam. I'd heard of it, but I never played it. But now now they've released it on Steam. Is it still in early access?
I think so. Although, there's not a lot. Like apart from like more maps, I don't think there's a lot more they could add really currently.
No, so it's quite a simple game. You know, it is an Instagib game. The whole game is Instagib.
Yeah.
You want more weapons? Tough. This gun has. Well, let's talk about the movement first.
Yeah. And I guess you can kind of talk about the gun with the movement, but we'll start off with like it's kind of a strafe jumping, but I'm not sure if actually if I'm strafing it's doing anything. It might just be hopping on getting faster.
So it's bunny hopping that picks up momentum.
Yeah.
And you can combo that with your weapon, which if you were to hit the right mouse button on the weapon,
which I should do after I've got this.
It bounces you up in the air. Sonotic's got a gun like this on the Instagib mode. And
it's kind of like a rocket jump that doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, so you can get quite a lot of speed just mashing space and using that, and there's tons of air control as well. Tons of it.
Yeah.
So it's quite a simple, basic movement system, but you know, it's
fun.
The whole vibe of this game is that I think it's supposed to be quite, you know, it's just jump in, Instagib some people for 10 minutes, you know, blow some shit up.
Yeah, it's kind of very arcadey in that respect.
Yeah. They're not going for the same deal as Reflex. They're not trying to make a really competitive, hardcore Arena FPS game.
Yeah.
And I'm not typically a fan of Instagib, but oh my god, there's one over there. I've had stupid amounts of fun with this.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, the movement, there's not a lot. Like, it wouldn't suit a more traditional Arena FPS game, but at the same time, it really suits this kind of gameplay. Because the amount of ridiculous air control it is, it means you can dodge, if you're good, the rails better, and because it's Instagib, you want a way to higher the skill cap, and giving a player a lot of movement facility is probably the best way to do that, as far as I'm aware, or I could think of.
Yeah, you said that it's quite a cool game if you were like, I don't know, in like a Dota queue or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of almost a bit like Hearthstone, a little bit throwaway, but we would talk about the weapons usually now, but shall we move on to like the game mode, the systems even?
Yes. So, believe it or not, this kind of got matchmaking.
Yeah, it does. And it has a kind of a ELO style thing, although there's not enough players to really kind of make use of that at the moment.
It's just a little, you know, it started as a little flash game, but it's got matchmaking. Right now we're playing, rather strangely, we're playing CTF 1v1.
Yeah.
It's not us here.
Yeah.
But it's not just, you know, a couple of Instagib game types, it's got a whole boatload of game types. Yeah,
it's quite comprehensive. It's very good at what it does, is what in terms of gameplay, it's very good at what it does, even if it's quite limited.
If I loved Instagib, this would be the Instagib game to get.
Yeah. And I can definitely see myself, like, if I'm waiting for someone to play another game or kind of just doing something in the meanwhile, this is a game that I'm definitely going to pick up, because it's like Hearthstone in that kind of sense, where you could play it in like a waiting queue or something, but at the same time it's interesting enough and skillful enough to kind of engage you for, whereas Hearthstone just bores me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and the movement allows you to move so unpredictably.
Yeah.
That it's not like raiding people in Quick Live. You can really move in any direction quite quickly.
Shall we talk about the sound design and the music?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but there isn't any kind of jump sounds, which is quite prevalent in a lot of Arena FPS games, because people use it for working out where the enemy is. What do you think about that?
I guess it adds to the feeling of it being quite floaty.
Yeah, it does feel very floaty. I think a lot of that's due to the fact there's no jump sounds.
But the hit sounds nice. It's like
yeah,
I
love
little bell.
It's I like a good hit sound.
Love a good hit sound.
Apart from that, the music, I love my drum and bass. I'm very much adamant of good drum and bass, and I do love the soundtrack. Makes me very happy. It's bouncy and jumpy, but at the same kind of time quite jazzy, and it really suits the aesthetic and the kind of the game it is. It's kind of bouncy, like kind of fun game. It's kind of bouncy, fun music.
Yeah, I don't know anything about drum and bass, but it's nice. It's like I don't know. I feel like I'm in a slightly fancy lounge.
Yeah,
maybe
kind of lounge music.
For quite on hold for quite a fancy organisation.
It's fun. Another thing we haven't really talked about yet is the graphic design.
Yeah,
I love the graphics. Everything is so bold and stands out, and it's like really easy to kind of get an idea for like where someone is, because also you can change the colour of the other player. So I've got you set as yellow at the moment, and you can change the...
Oh, can you? Okay, I've got you blue on this really blue map.
No, that's a bad idea. Yeah, don't do that. And you can change the colour of the rails, and you can change like the rail effects. So.
Dang, trashed me there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But
that's alright.
Yeah, the graphic, they've done a really good job with kind of really striking colours, and I really like the graphics. And
yeah, everything's really clean and clear, and I mean, I guess it's cell shaded. Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, it's cell shaded.
But it's not ridiculously. I don't even know if you can say this. It's not ridiculously cell shaded. No,
and also there's not too much visual clutter. I think it's actually something other arena FPS games could learn. Toxic in particular. There's far too much clutter in the maps. It's too many neon lights. Yeah,
which excels in almost everything except the fact that when you're in a fight in Wickland, you can't see anything. Whereas in this, everything's really clear.
Yeah, and the fact you can kind of change the other player's model, I really like, because even like if you're colourblind, for example, that can be quite an issue for some people. You can kind of set it to colours where people will stand out in any situation. So I think they've done a really good job there. Is there anything else in terms of graphics? I mean, the weapons are a little bit, it's just a rail.
Yeah, it's not a lot to talk about the weapons.
Yeah, and the model, like the character models, they're kind of just like outlines rather than.
I don't really like it, to be honest. I don't really like the rat.
You don't like rats?
Well, I don't dislike rats. I don't like this rat.
Okay.
It's this rat I have a problem with.
Which I guess that's something we haven't picked up on. Was it a Counter-Strike originally? Kind of a small big world where you're a small character in a big world. I know a few games. Yeah, a few games have done mods like that.
Yeah.
And this definitely seems to be kind of drawing inspiration from that.
Yeah, I like that part about it.
And I think Ratz kind of is a good way to go with that kind of narrative. It's a narrative decision. Having little rats jump around like the game world is pretty cool.
Yeah,
you're gonna get me. You're gonna get me? Oh no, you're not gonna get me. Oh, I know you are gonna get me.
Oh, okay, I think
I guess the last thing we need to talk about is the menus. So shall we hop out of this? As I kill you. And we can just have a look at the menus, because they're very clean and there's a lot of options you can have. So let's go to the options menu.
I haven't even looked at these, I've just sort of jumped straight into a game.
Okay, so it has the good old kind of Quake style where you can change your name and colours, all the different letters individually. So if I want like a red G, I can do that, and it's like this slider with all these delicious different colours. You can also change the beam colour, you can change the enemy model colour here, and then your own team model, which is again good for people with sight issues. You can change the different frag types, so when you kill someone, it's kind of the explosion that happens to their body once they've been fragged. Some of those unlockable, which is quite a nice way of putting content gateway into the system without...
Yeah, this is something people were talking about ages ago, about when people were suspecting they were going to put microtransactions in Quake Live.
Yeah.
People were wondering what they could do that wasn't going to shit up the gameplay. And this is something that they could do.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it kind of suits this game more, where like there's one where it makes a rat kind of blow up into a big balloon and then pop, and I'm not sure that would make sense in Quake Live. Although you two did have the big head mode, which...
But this shows there's more stuff that you can add that isn't going to fuck up the gameplay, but that people might be interested in getting.
And there's the same thing with beam types, so you can kind of unlock different beams, which I quite like, you know, it just adds a bit more.
Yeah.
A bit more. It's a very limited game, and I think giving you these kind of options just kind of makes it a bit more flexible, a bit more enjoyable. Field of view slider, which goes all the way up to 160, which is too much for me. I like 100. You can turn off weapon models. You can change your crosshair, you know, crosshair colour, all that kind of stuff.
That's loads of stuff.
Yeah, different like key bindings, audio sliders, graphics. Turn off extra bloom. Don't like that. And also kind of the, you know, the black outline on all the stuff. You can turn that on and off. Although I feel it looks really weird with it off. So, but yeah, really kind of comprehensive options menu. Really like it.
Yeah, just double check. The game is still in early access, so this is really good for being in early access. I can't even think of anything that it's missing.
No, I mean, maps would be the only thing. There's only 5 or 6 maps.
Yeah.
And I think they shared across as different game modes as well. I'm just going to disconnect from the server and show you the different game modes. So if you go to there's an introduction here that tells you about the game, and statistics is quite nice. So it has like your ELO rating and your wins loss of your duels and your deathmatch, all those kind of things, double kills, etc. So if you go to the play menu, you can host a game, and then you can play private games with your friends with your IP, and also you can do kind of a matchmaking thing. There's duel, deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, freeze tag, and survival. And I've not actually played survival, so that seems to be some kind of
don't know what that is.
some kind of like I don't know. Should we play it? Let's find out. Let's quickly jump in.
But there's a lot of stuff. That's good.
Yeah, there's.
It doesn't feel like it's an early access game.
No, it feels like a proper game. Am I meant to be killing you even?
I don't know what's supposed to happen.
No, I assume not.
Oh, next wave. Oh,
Oh,
wow,
okay.
it looks like a horde mode.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess they're just going to drop in a bunch of rats or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Watch
okay.
little targets on them.
Ow.
Ooh.
Okay, this is even more interesting. Oh, I'm dead. Apparently I'm terrible at this. So, Rats, final thoughts from you, what would they be?
It's unambitious, but at what it's doing it really well.
Yeah.
So if you like Instagib, then I can't see buying any other Instagib game.
Yeah, I think
this looks like the Instagib game now.
even if you don't like it, well, even if you're kind of agnostic to Instagib, it's worth picking up for fun, because it's fun. I mean, I think that'd be my description of the game. It's very fun and kind of an innocent kind of, yay, let's jump around and shoot things. Like, there's no kind of hardcore, I'm going to be the very best attitude to it. It's just,
yeah, I wonder if we'll see tournaments for this or whatever.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it would suit an esport, but if it does,
No, but everything's got tournaments now, doesn't
yeah,
it?
everything has tournaments. So I think
the
we'll
rule.
probably wrap up around now. We've been going for some time. I don't know how long, about 15 minutes, which is perfect. Hope you've enjoyed this. We're going to have some more news for you imminently, and hopefully some more of these quick looks where we kind of just have a look at a game. Any closing words, Mr. Neeple?
Ratz Instagib is good.
Ratz Instagib is good. Well done.
Yes.
Thank you very much
and
for
good
watching.
night.
Yes. Good evening. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Goodbye.